Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is we're talking about Angel Hernandez. You've probably already seen the news. Angel Hernandez has retired from the MLB. He is stepping down. He's leaving the sport of baseball. If you do not know who Angel Hernandez is, this is probably the worst umpire we've ever seen. He's so blind. He makes fucking bats look like they can see straight. He's the guy that makes all the wrong calls, calls strikes that are balls, calls balls that are strikes, and he doesn't know the fucking difference between fair and foul. I made a video a while back talking about why we just can't get rid of him. How can the MLB find a way to get him out of the league? I'll put a link up there if you want to go check out that video. And I said in that video, the only way this man's ever going to leave is if he just goes out on his own terms and he just walks away. And hallelujah, he's doing it. He is leaving the sport of baseball. Now, before I go any further, I have a whole article down in the description below if you want to go check it out for yourself. I'm going to kind of have it on screen, kind of talking about different reasons why he left, kind of discussing all the bad things he's done. Like I said, the bad call strikes, the fair foul call, and him just throwing out managers and players just because he got his feelings hurt. And as a baseball fan myself, just kind of give my little opinion of why I am so fucking happy this man is probably 1,000 miles away from any baseball stadium in the world. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into this. So if you go to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like onto this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Before I go any further, I want to point something out. I didn't know he was with the MLB for 3 decades. How could he be in the MLB that long, making that many mistakes, and the MLB didn't find a fucking way to get rid of him? But just in case you don't go watch the other video that I posted, in that video, I kind of talked about the reason why the MLB couldn't get rid of him. Basically, there was like a whole lawsuit around him in the MLB. I think there was like racism brought in. There was like a whole thing with they're just trying to get rid of him because of like some stupid reasons. And he kind of filed a lawsuit. There was also reasoning behind he was mad that he wasn't able to official the World Series and MLB playoff games. He went into a huge fight with the MLB. The MLB was able to find a way to just kind of finish it and make it to where it's like, you will not be fired. You will not be let go. You can keep being an MLB umpire. It's just, we're not letting you touch the playoffs. Because I think it kind of showed the MLB, they knew Andrew Hernandez is not a good MLB umpire. But with that lawsuit, they couldn't really touch him. So the only thing they could really do is say, we're going to let you umpire some regular season games, a few here and there, let you go throughout the course of the regular season as much as you want. You just are not touching the World Series, and you're not touching the playoffs, and you're damn sure not touching the World Series. Because with the amount of bad calls this man had, imagine it's like Game 6, game in line, the World Series, and the ball was thrown, and there's a 3-2 count, bases loaded, 6-6 in the bottom of the ninth, and the batter's waiting for the pitch, and the pitcher throws a ball right down the fucking middle, and Angel Hernandez just looks up and says, ball. And that right there could cost a team a World Series championship or pushing to get to a Game 7. And somehow, in our eyes, we're going to be pissed off. The fans of both the teams are obviously going to be pissed off. The fans of just baseball in general are going to be pissed off. Everybody around the world is going to be pissed off. But Angel Hernandez, he's just going to go home and go to bed like it's just another game. Oh, whoop, bad call. Whoop, my bad. And believe me, he has not just made a few here and there bad calls. You go through and read this whole fucking thing. The amount of bad calls he's had, and not just bad calls, the amount of times, like I said, where he just gets his feelings hurt and he's like throwing guys out of the game. It just takes like simple, all you gotta do is just kind of look at him. Like say he makes like a called strike on a ball that's like halfway outside the zone, and you kind of give him like a little look, and he's gonna just throw you out of the game for that. It's almost like if you question his judgment, oh, you're gone. And there's times where maybe like a player gets thrown out of the game, and the MLB manager, they try to come out, they try to reason and be like, okay, hey, just let's calm down. What are you throwing him out for? What did he say? Did he say something inappropriate? What happened? Other MLB umpires, they will let you walk up to them and they'll say, he said this word or he said that word. He called me a blah, blah, blah. And they'll explain it. The MLB manager will try to pull his guy away and they'll just be like, why did you call that a strike or why did you call that a ball? With Angel Hernandez, the second you even start to step up out of the dugout and you come onto the field, oh, he's throwing you out of the game right there. It's like, don't you dare fuck come near me. You know that saying how like there's times with like NFL refs and NBA refs and even with MLB refs where it's like, we came here to watch the players play, not watch the refs. That's the way with Angel Hernandez. He just wants everybody to look at him. And before you say, oh, well, maybe it's just the fans who get pissed off, I'll give it a break. He sometimes makes errors. As you can see here, there are people from different sports and different leagues and just basically just announcers from all different teams in the MLB and different leagues that make jokes about Angel Hernandez all the time about like, man, he called that a strike? Man, he called that a ball? What the fuck is he doing? Now, I do want to point something out because I know little Timmy from the 7th grade is going to say something stupid about, well, do you know how hard it is to be an MLB umpire? Those calls are very tough. That's why it's called I'm not an MLB umpire. He's getting paid to be an MLB umpire. He should be good at that job. You're getting paid to do it. You've been doing it for 3 decades. Fucking figure it out and do it the right way. Because I've seen kind of the visual of the way of like a baseball from behind the plate. Everybody's watched the video online of like the POV of like a 100-mile-per-hour fastball coming down the pipe and trying to call it a ball or strike. Sometimes they'll like show like a curveball or a slider, and they'll show the movement, and you see it. It's like you get the catchers or the umpires POV from like a GoPro on their helmet, and you gotta try to announce and say, is that a ball or is that a strike? And you gotta say it right now. You can't take a second and think about it, or else then it's gonna look suspicious. Like, are you just sitting there thinking about, like, oh, do I call a ball or do I call a strike? What do I want to do? How do I want to impact this game? One thing I will say, if you're curious, I have stood in the batter's box from a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, and there's times where I've watched the ball come down, and I can tell, okay, that was definitely not a strike. That was outside or that was inside. And if there was an MLB umpire behind the plate when I took those pitches, and if they would have called fucking strike, I would have swung on the bitch. Now, kind of wrapping it up, let me talk about Angel Hernandez and why the MLB is going to be so much better now that he's gone. As I've talked about for the past few minutes, Angel Hernandez being gone is probably the best thing ever, because we're not going to have these stupid calls. We're not going to have guys getting thrown out of the games for the dumbest reasons. And according to the MLB, they're saying this year, the 2024 season, is the most accurate season for MLB umpires. I find it hard to believe. I think Angel Hernandez is kind of holding it down a little bit. If that is true, maybe Angel Hernandez being gone will help that number go up even a little bit more. But the second thing is, I really think it was just time for him to go. Like it's just 3 decades. He's 62 years old. It was time for him to go. His eyes, obviously, like I said, they're no better than a blind bat. It's time for him to walk away from the sport. He's had a good career, good-ish career, but he needed to go. It was time. Hallelujah. I think we'd all sing our praises. Pop the champagne bottles. The devil is gone. I'm pretty sure I can still hear a couple champagne bottles and a couple MLB players cheering and celebrating right now. But like I said, it's time. Sometimes with the older guys, whether it's a player, a ref, an umpire, a manager, whatever it may be, sometimes it's better for the older to exit and the young to come in and start fresh. Because I will say this, Angel Hernandez is the first time. That's the first time in a long time that I don't think anybody's ever actually known a ref, or like a ref/umpire or official by name. I don't think we know really many NFL officials, and I don't think we really know any NBA officials except for Scott Foster, because he's also kind of in the boat with Angel Hernandez. He makes a lot of bad calls. Now, is Scott Foster going to go into the same boat as Angel Hernandez and be that kind of guy here soon? We'll see. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree or disagree with anything I said? What do you think about Angel Hernandez finally retiring? Do you like that he's retiring? Do you think that he should have been fired a long time ago? Myself included, I say so. Whatever your opinion may be whenever it comes to Angel Hernandez, leave your complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Be more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified so I can post. But without further ado, this has been Don't Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.